Marvin Sapp, artist Marvin Sapp, Pastor Marvin Sapp, closes the doors in his church until the congregation gave $40,000 to the church that night. His math, to add to this 40,000, he said, there's 1,000 people in here. I need 1,000 people in here to give $20 a piece. Close the door in the church. Let's make this happen. What do you think about that?
If he was doing that for charity because a tornado wrecked a town and destroyed a family's house, and they needed a GoFundMe very fast, and he went out his way to talk to his congregation. Hey, we need 20,000. We're not leaving until we hit 20,000 because we need to give this money to a family, or we need to give this money to the charity that's going to help these family or this organization. I could understand that, but I know for a fact there's going 20,000, 40,000 that's going in his pocket. So I'm glad he did that. That's letting the society know that they don't care about hiding it no more. They don't care about being nice with words and picking and choosing words to make it seem good and seem a certain type of way. They're just flat out just give me the money now. I need the money. You know what I'm saying? So there's no, back in the days, it was like, it was a time in the era when you went to the church and you got some spiritual understanding and this, that, and the third. And then after a while, it got to a point where you see jokes about the pastor that comedians do. So there's satire that comedians do about pastors, and we talked about the movie Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in the hood. There was a satire about the pastor raping the community by asking about passing the plate over the collection plate. So we've had these satires over the years, but now it's to the point where it's not satire no more. It's real life. They out here. You have $1 million pastors at this point. What are you still going to church for? So now they just like, we're not gonna faithfully rob you. Now we just gonna outwardly do it. Now we're gonna lock the doors. I want my 40,000. We're not leaving till we hit that. Oh, we got 1,000 people online. We got 1,000 people here. All right, that's $20 each person. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But y'all all, there's 20,000. There's 1,000 people in there. They can't hold y'all, but y'all sitting there like, I don't know what to do. What you mean? Just walk up out of there. But they already got your mind already. So now it's just, we want the money now. That's it. So I'm glad it's done like that, because y'all need to see that it was never about no faith. It was never about none of this. It was always about the money.
Do you think that because of that clip from the church, do you think it would hurt the church congregation as far as your membership? Because that is, a negative viewpoint, but some people have such strong faith regardless on who's standing on the pulpit.
Hey, faith is a hell of a drug, man. Faith is a hell of a drug that people use it and finesse. So those people sitting there, obviously, they did not get up in mass and walk out in such disrespect of how the pastor was doing them. Obviously, they sat there. So there's no, not you per se, but the people looking at the video and thinking that, the people in the congregation should wake up. They long gone. Ain't no waking up for them. They ain't no saving them. Because if they were awake and aware, they would have got up and walked up out of there and forced the clergyman or whoever at the door to move out the way. Like, what's he standing there holding you hostage for? Is this a hostage situation? Or is this house of God? It's a house of God. Then I can walk out whenever I damn well please. But since the pastor told you to sit down, you got to sit down. So none of those people, you can't look for none of those people for some revolution or some real life work. They're not about that. They're all sheep in there. So you got to count them out. Those are the people that if we was in the palace, we already know where they're going to be at. They're going to be on the stage with the bitches. That's where they're going to be. So we're not worried about them. We already know where they at. So we already count them out. There's no nothing I could get from you. You know what I'm saying? You gone. You long gone already.
And for you first time listeners, the palace is an inside joke. Me and my bro got into a brawl back in, college. The place was called the Palace, and we had to
handle what we had to handle. This is when
yeah,
you learn who you was that night.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, um, but it's interesting because I remember as a younger man, in my early 20s, I was going through a whole lot of spiritual struggles, and I found myself at church. And I went to a particular church, and I really got inspired by the pastor there. And not just the pastor there, that particular pastor, but the deacons and the men in the church just seemed like they was like about the community. They seemed like they was about the family. So I have nothing bad to say about that church in particular. So I would say that can't be the only church that's doing the Lord's work in the community, actually being about that community. That particular church helped build community centers, helped build uh, homes and apartments for people to move into. They did a lot of great work, a lot of great work. Shout out to St. Paul Baptist Church in Brooklyn, New York. Um, so, and then there's quite a few churches too, that I've been to that you could see that's about the work. But the churches that are not about it, it really gives a negative stink to all the other churches that's actually doing the work. And by and large, people who don't attend church already think that, they are on some bull automatically. So when you see this in particular, with all context in front of you, you like, man, that's about some bull. Because yeah, we go to this church. Yes, you want to put in on the church. Yes, but we not end all be all when it comes to church funds and the church bills. Simple and plain. Why the church is a organization that doesn't have to pay taxes. Y'all never got no money, but y'all getting money every day, not every week, every day. Church services cost. Everything costs, even if you're a member at that church. There's no freebies around here. So it leaves the negative stink. It doesn't look good. I'll say that for sure. It does not look good. It looks terrible. And I'm just saying, what are you going to do? His math was crazy. 1,000 people, $20. Let's keep it real. Some people was in there probably giving $100, $500, so they probably got way more than the 40K that he was trying to require. So
it's all a mind fuck because the next person gonna be like, oh, this nigga gave a little bit more, I'm gonna give a little bit more. It's all scams. I already knew church was a scam since the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? And I was part of the scam. I was an altar server. So when I was an altar server, I remember one time my pastor called me. He needed me to come be an altar server. This was on Saturday. I'm like, damn, I'm missing my Saturday morning cartoons. What the hell? There's no replay back then. So you miss Saturday morning. That's it. You cooked.
Right.
So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I miss all my cartoons. So I go to church. I'm like, what the hell he want? So I go there to church. I had to do I didn't know it was a funeral service. So bang, did the funeral service. At the end of the funeral service, when the family was leaving, one of the family members passed me an envelope. And I'm like, what the hell? And I give a side eye to the pastor. The pastor look at me like, don't say shit. I mean, with his eyes. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I put the envelope in my back pocket. So now I go in the back. When I look in the envelope, it's $50 in there. And I'm like, what the hell? What's this for? I'm in 5th grade back in 95 with $50. You know what I'm saying? What the hell am I going to do with $50? But I told that pastor right then and there, I'm like, yo, listen, any funerals, you call me first. You know what I'm saying? Call me first. So lo and behold, by 7th grade, I was the flyest nigga in all my Catholic school. Because remember, I'm in Catholic school, so we only wear uniform. So when dress down day came, I was fly. Because trust me, I had bread. You know what I'm saying? I was getting $50 a pop. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but there was a lot of people dying, and I was getting called every Saturday. So I'm telling you, I was getting $50 every weekend. And back then, bro, you buying toys, a couple of comic books, and I got mad bread left over. So, I was cool. You know what I'm saying? I had money for mad pizza. You know what I'm saying? I had shorties, let's go get some pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hooking it up all week. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, where you getting this money from? Chill. Y'all asking too many questions. So I already knew what it was about. And came springtime, that's when I found out about the wedding season. Now, wedding season, I was getting $100 every church, every ceremony. So by 8th grade, I was fly. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew church was about bread. And then come to think about it, throughout the whole year, the whole Catholic school was raping us. Because if you think about it, we giving money to the church every Sunday. The same church we giving money to, they create it was like bazaars and different events that we still pay for, right? They collecting all the bread for that. And then on top of that, during the school year, we'd have to sell candy and all that shit. Remember the candy bars they would make you sell for $1? It goes, and back then we selling Snicker bars that's 25 cents in the store. We selling them for $1. Right? To win some bum ass, cheap ass prizes. Mind you, we don't never see where the money goes. Right? We doing this every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they out here raping. And then one time they told the congregation, oh, we need y'all to support and give money because we want to create and build an elevator for the elderly. I was like, oh, that's what's up. But then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, wait, hold up. Y'all niggas was finessing us all year. Where all that other money at?
Where the brand go?
And then back to your point is, if we part of the congregation, we part of where's my tax return money? So all the money we put in, where that get back? Since we members of the church. Oh, we don't get to file with you, huh? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't never rocked with the church since. And I've been knew that since 5th grade. I was just waiting for niggas to catch up. You know what I'm
saying? So it's this situation in itself is not surprising. It is surprising that Marvin Sapp is caught up in this because he's such a public figure in the gospel world. So it's very interesting. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. A father takes his son wearing a dress to the prom. And of course, the women who are in the video